Today we are going to be reviewing our coolest live streams from 2018.
Yeah, we're going to, pick out our top moments from 2018, celebrate them with you, talk about our growth, some things that we've changed, and what we're looking forward to this next year.
Very excited about 2019 and specifically, I don't know if you guys know this, but in 2016 and 17, we didn't have this studio. So I want to look a little bit back into 17 and 16 as well, because things have just moved so quickly over the years.
For sure. Once again, this is our very first show of 2019. So, welcome to the new year, a whole new year of Stream Geeks and a whole new year of streaming.
So, what is in store for 2019? We just did our winter fashion photo shoot here. This is a candid shot.
There's a sneak peek of the new photos coming out.
But no, we have a lot of cool stuff we're going to talk about. Virtual reality streaming, esports streaming, and more.
So excited for all that jazz. Don't want you guys to forget to, grab Paul's book, which just recently came out, especially if you are in the church streaming industry. It's called Helping Your Church Live Stream. You can grab that on Amazon, and we're going to have a special on that book coming up next week, is it, Paul?
Yeah, so starting on next Monday, or starting this Saturday, it will be free on Kindle, that book. So if you want to help your church start live streaming, pick up the free Kindle version this Saturday. All right, so Tess put together a little clip of 10 of her favorite live streams from 2018. Yeah. She forgot a couple.
Some didn't make it because I wanted to keep it to 10. So we can discuss the ones that didn't make it into this little clip.
All right,
so take a look at this past year for Stream Geeks. That's the bloopers. We are going to go over that, but that's actually a few years ago. Your very first live stream.
That was my very first live stream ever, and that is the original audio. But let's hold that one for later.
He's got it. We're good.
Dedicate this grand opening to the innovators, to the people who are the early adopters for technology, the people who go out and get the devices and plug in cables and try to figure out what technology can do for us in the real world.
I want to allow us to actually just talk over it. I just kind of forgot about that. Yeah. So we already got number one, our very first show in this set. Now we're touching on.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Our first ever live fundraiser. Here's our new stand-up set. That was really cool. Oh, this one was funny.
Introducing trivia into our live shows using some green screen effects.
Oh, there you are at NAB New York.
My first trip to NAB New York.
That was
was it second? That was second, I guess.
Here's our QVC style show for a local business. Things really started to open up for Stream Geeks when we started to work with small businesses. Here we are with a bar. Tess drinking her first alcoholic drink on camera.
Yeah, okay.
Here's Star Wars.
We even made our way into a TIE fighter for a live show using a mix of green screen and overlays.
Here we are in Vegas, having fun with Tom Sinclair.
So much fun. Can't wait to be there in a few short months.
And the podcasting studio.
One of the biggest moments of the year for us, for sure, was starting our podcast and building our podcast set. Thank you guys so much for a wonderful 2018.
Now, there were a couple others that we wanted to throw in here that were just really fun. We like to go out and live stream stuff and then bring that information, the learning back to you guys and kind of discuss what went wrong a lot of the times is the main discussion.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But there's a couple more here. I don't know if we have them loaded up. Is there any other ones that we have, Mike?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about BAM, Twitch,
yeah, let's just do all three, just one at a time.
Here we go.
So here we have...
I like
this is
custom
BAM.
There's going to be audio on this, most likely.
Is there audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can talk if you want to.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So this is Tess and I doing an IRL in real life stream.
Castle Band, that proved to be an interesting learning experience.
That was a crazy one.
One of my all-time favorites was the Tesoro one.
Yeah, let's show that one. So we did a multi-camera a shoot for a
live today. So I've never done this before. I'm pretty excited.
manufacturer
Tess
of
is gonna ask me some questions about
products.
the business. And we're gonna go back.
She was so much fun, and it was just so cool to be able to share the exact experience of how she makes her bags with a live audience.
Yeah, we did, I think, a 3 or a 4 camera shoot there with the PTZ Optics producer kit. You can see the little Z cam there next to her sewing machine. So
Yep, we had that close up there. That was so cool.
Here's our this is our 2018-19 prediction show where we dressed up.
What
in
I wanted
Santa
to
Claus.
highlight here was the fact that we started going to Twitch in
Oh, okay.
2018,
I
though.
see.
We're on
Yeah.
Twitch now. We're live on Twitch right now.
2018 was the year of Twitch for us.
Still exploring the opportunities that Twitch might bring to us and other streamers in the upcoming year.
And then we just have one quick clip. Let's play it without audio because it's so embarrassing. I just wanted to show you guys this. This is where we were 2 to 3 years ago, just so you can see the difference. Because thanks to you guys, really, for following us, for subscribing to us, for sharing our content, we've been able to get this awesome studio. But look at where we were just 2 or 3 years ago. It's embarrassing. This is my first ever live stream. I was using vMix on my laptop there.
This never gets old.
This is Patrick. I would grab him and this is basically our conference room. That's a boardroom table, leather conference room chairs. This is Tess's, Tess designed our very first quote unquote studio, which again was just a nook inside of a boardroom.
Yeah.
A conferencing space.
I mean, it was the smallest possible space that you could, fit a streaming area.
A nook within a nook.
And
it was a
seriously,
nook.
I mean, this is a great example, though, for us to show people what can be done in a boardroom.
And then this is kind of the beginning of the show with a green screen.
Our old
and that
intro video.
one set, it looks like this. And people actually really enjoyed it. We were promoting our Facebook group there heavily. And there we are interviewing Dr. Andrew Cross, and Tess is there. And
Oh,
then
gosh.
This is a funny one. This is Tess's second live show.
Without Paul.
Some electrical issues. Oh, this one was hilarious. This one was Tess's first ever live show.
First solo show. I had
Solo.
Tom Sinclair with me.
Yeah. And she was hearing
So
herself in the
blunt.
headphones, so she just took her headphones out.
You got to do what you got to do sometimes. I had no idea why that was happening. I remember people used to think that blue wall was real brick.
Look, there's a little monitor on the conference room table that you're staring at. You've got a trackpad.
Well, that's how you had to switch.
Oh my gosh, I know.
That's how you had to switch. It was right there. And then you look to the right because then we had our confidence monitor essentially to the right on the wall.
gosh,
and we're
I
like,
know.
what's going on over there?
So we were able to, and I mean, we don't have this footage right now, but if you guys remember, at the beginning of 2018, really at the end of 2017, we were bringing you guys along for the ride to help us design this space. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And we were saying, hey guys, top 10 by the fans. Yeah, let
Please
us know,
share your
Chad.
favorite moment from StreamGeeks shows or PTZ Optics shows while we're here in the chat, and we'll highlight them on the screen, and we'll remember back to some of those funny times, some successful times, and some complete failures.
I don't know if you guys remember, but we had a lot of back and forth designing the space. Were we going to do a wall with
We did.
a window for the producer?
Yeah. Were we going to do a whole nother, bar height table again?
Bar height table? We were going to buy a wooden bar on Etsy and put it here. But then we just went back and forth with you guys. And we ended up coming up with what we have today. I don't know if we can do a big zoomed out shot maybe to show a little bit of the studio, or maybe a behind the scenes camera. This Z-cam actually would be probably pretty good, Mike. If you have that, it's pretty wide angle. I could even move it around a little. But this is the studio as of today. This is not a PTZ camera, so it's not really meant to do this. But
Freaking the Z-cam.
there's Mike, and that's our setup there. And I mean, this whole space took a lot of time. There's all the lights, our messy shelf. Actually, let me point down here. There's our rack with the custom built PC. We are building a 4K capable PTZ, not PTZ camera, computer, custom PC there with one of the new NVIDIAs.
Thank you, Petra.
But that's just kind of a look at everything. Man, it has been a wild ride. Just going through everything and testing. And it's funny to see Tess like the growth as you mentioned, because when I look back at some of these videos, I always look at the little subscriber count, and I'm looking back at that one with Andrew Cross, and it was like 4.4 thousand.
Yep.
And now we're almost at 12,000.
The Halloween one, which is right around when Michael started, he said he was watching from the background that show, or maybe he was switching. I don't remember. It was just in the old location, though. He was learning. And it was at 5 something then.
5,000 then, yeah. So since Michael started,
For
we've
PTZ Optics.
doubled the YouTube channel for the PTZ Optics side, which is, it was just a lot of work, and we got through all of that. Now we've got the podcasting studio, which we haven't even talked about. What is written on the wall?
Which wall? Where?
This wall over here.
Oh.
Nothing. We have this is chalk paint, right? So we can draw stuff on here, which is pretty nice. We haven't done that yet, really, with much. We did a couple shows.
We did it a few times. I remember we had a turkey up there at one point.
There's a TIE fighter, I think you drew one
TIE
time.
fighter, and we did it some with the education.
Yeah.
Maybe when we go back to doing
We've used
a
this
feature on
before.
education and streaming. There's an airplane I
There's
think
an
I drew for my
airplane.
son,
This
shapes
was your son with shapes.
and ABC.
But yeah,
Down at his
that's
level.
where we've come from. And let's talk about where we're going now.
Where are we going? Let's have a
So-
group meeting. Please leave
Yes.
suggestions for us for 2019 in the chat so we can review them and make sure that we implement those topics in our content for this year.
Please tell us where you think we should go. We have some good ideas. So tomorrow we're going to a virtual reality place, which I was wondering maybe we should IRL stream that.
Maybe. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty
The
cool.
process, but I think it might be fun for some folks to watch that. But the idea is we're going to help live stream some virtual reality. Some of the emerging markets, like what can we do with this? In our small town of Westchester, when we moved in a year ago, there was no virtual reality place and there was no esports e-gaming place.
It's within the past 2 months, I think, that both of those tech companies opened. And then there's us. So now there's these 3 new tech companies in our town. And it's really interesting for us. And we want to explore the opportunities that might hold for us.
We just spoke with the esports e-gaming team, and they know that streaming's a big deal, but they are just kind of like, what is NDI? How do I start streaming? Then they've got all these great computers, and we're trying to talk to them about maybe connecting them all on the local area network using IP-based video production, and then doing some cool streaming there.
Thank you, Hewitt.
Thank you. What did Hewitt say?
He said best wishes.
Thank you, Hewitt. So there's that, and then there's also there's a hobby town, right? There's a hobby board game place in town that we want to help them live stream their board games, whether it be Dungeons and Dragons or Magic cards or Pokemon. That's actually becoming a big deal on Twitch now.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think I'd love to hear if you guys are interested in us exploring virtual reality and esports with live streaming. I think that it's pretty cool. So, and with, the 2 locations in the area for us, it's kind of a no-brainer, but is that interesting to you guys? Let us know.
John's asking for, I think, is that a super chat?
Oh my
Text
gosh.
sent us a super chat.
That's
Message
Petra.
for Petra.
Petra.
Yay, thank
the
you.
Lumetrics is speaking to us from you. You're speaking to us with the Lumetrics right now.
I'm so glad this thing still
Oh
works.
my God.
Thank you so much. This reminds me of the reason why we got this and integrated it with our super chat was
It kind of flashes weirdly on the screen, but that's okay.
Oh yeah.
because
There you go.
there we go.
Yay. Cool.
Do you remember that? It was because of the giveaway. The fundraiser.
The fundraiser we did.
Because we wanted a
with
way to have a
Chester
noise
County
actually
Crime
play.
Victim Center.
And thank you so much.
We love you.
So, live streaming board games, live streaming virtual reality, live streaming esports. John Weir asked for a new walkthrough of the studio.
I think this
is time.
Yeah, or if we get a new custom PC, if that's something that we might
which
be
we are
looking into
doing,
with
yeah.
2019. I don't know if that's a spoiler alert or something.
yeah,
but
I
definitely
almost
want to
feel
do
like
it then.
It's almost time to do one, but we are probably going to be
Thank you,
upgrading
Frank.
a lot more things in the next few months.
Yeah.
I almost feel like we should do it right after NAB.
I know. I think, we can wait a little
If
bit
that's
because we
okay,
might
yeah.
have some upgrades coming along
We
here.
might want to wait till right after NAB. But yes, definitely a studio walkthrough would be good. now we have really two studios. So we've got the podcasting studio and this studio, and they're connected together. Watch out for VR. The World of Live Streaming guys got stitched.
Stitched.
Oh, because you fell on the floor.
Because falling on the floor with the VR
gosh.
glasses. We will have to keep an eye out for that.
Yes, we're going there tomorrow. I really want to live stream like the IRL, if that's okay.
We'll
with
make
them.
sure we're not on any kind of platform.
Yeah,
There is a thing called VR sickness.
VR sickness.
There
yeah.
is?
Yeah.
There's 3D something syndrome as
Oh,
well.
I would be the one that would have. I get the 3D irritation, so if I'll be the one that gets nauseous with that. Derek wants to see live streaming breakdancing events.
Oh yes, that's a
That
good
didn't pop
idea.
up, sorry.
I would like to see that too.
I don't know what's going on with it.
We don't have a lot of people that breakdance that I know of around here.
We'd have to
yet.
find someone.
We also want to. I also really
It's
want to
not popping
do
up.
live streaming like we've live streamed concerts and we've live streamed outdoor music festivals, but I want to live stream an indoor music venue. Michael lives right next to a really good one, and what I want to do personally, I know might sound a little insane, is I want to literally either give them the live streaming system and make them pay us back in virtual ticket sales, or maybe I'd really feel more comfortable with them paying for 50% so they have some ownership, and then pay the other 50% in virtual ticket sales.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see.
I like the idea of exploring virtual ticket sales this year. Fast Eddie says, no esports, no virtual reality. Fast Eddie wants to see more brick and mortar retail live production, lessons, steps, and processes, kind of like the Tesoro ones. We'll definitely keep that in mind.
I'm glad
to have
you
that on the
mentioned that,
agenda.
because we definitely, and that is going to be on. So speaking of that, now the retail space, what specifically are you interested in? Retail is so wide reaching. There's so many retail stores all across the world. So I think that's a great idea. What type of retail stores? I don't want to go into many food places because, it's just like food and.
Yeah, the Tesoro one was a great opportunity
perfect.
because you did get to see the step-by-step process of her making the bag. So if we could think of something that was similar to that,
Yeah.
I think that would maybe
like
a
that.
brewery or
Brewery. Everyone loves beer. Brewery
a
would be good.
wine.
Something. So you're thinking something that like is in the
Hello, I
process
can't think of the
being
word.
made.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
where we
Something's being
can
made.
see an end product. Would also look at
Yeah.
Maybe
I also,
like a
even though this is
sign
going to sound a
shop.
little
I'm
boring,
just
but I
kidding.
think we should probably do like a government agency, a government, meeting. Because there's so many meetings that go on in the local government, the regional government, that people just don't have time to go to. And it's like the government thinks that we're all going to stop our day jobs and go listen to what they're talking about and debating. Like, no, but if you put it on Facebook or YouTube, maybe people will actually comment.
and
then
they can watch on demand.
how is the local government responding to comments? These are real people. They do have questions. Are they going to respond to the questions?
Right.
Or are they just going to have a live stream and pretend like the chat room's not there? We need to, I think that's a big one that I want to tackle. We have a whole year ahead of us. So.
Yeah. Frank wants to see us have our own pay-per-view event.
That's
be?
a good one. I do want to do that. I don't want it to be expensive, like $1 or something.
Just
but
for
I
to
do,
show.
Just for the whole process of, do we have a live dashboard showing how much money was made? Do we have, a password? What is the process of paying for it? Yes, we need to put that on the calendar.
Okay.
And I think DeCast wants to do it with us. There's
That would
actually
be
a lot.
excellent.
But yeah, our own pay-per-view event where it's like, and I guess there would have to be something exclusive.
Ha ha ha. Chad wants to see how that 4K 30X is coming along.
Chad.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yes. We'll see. It's coming.
Glenn says all kinds of crafty is getting pretty big.
Crafting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, crafting, that's not bad. I selfishly like to choose, and I think you guys are on the same page with me. We usually choose things that fit with our audience that we have already, like esports, virtual reality, stuff like that. But if we were to start going into the crafting market, there's a painted plate place right up the street. They paint plates and they do crafting. Now you're getting into, I would say, a more female audience.
Wine with a twist, painting with a twist.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth it. So we need to expand our horizons. It's a good idea.
John says, how do you get the government to pay for or how to profit from streaming the government meetings?
Well, interesting, John, that you mentioned that. So not in Pennsylvania yet, but in where we live, but in Connecticut and in Florida and other places, the law is saying that they must live stream all events, all public
Wow,
meetings.
that's crazy.
So yeah, there's a law in Florida called the Sunshine Law. There's another law in Connecticut, and they're just saying you got to live stream this by X date every meeting. And so we've been involved in some of those projects, and that could potentially happen all across the country.
Yeah.
So we need to be prepared for
That would be great for us streamers out there. David in Philly, David, what's up? On Twitch says, would love to see 360-degree video for live events. We've never played with 360-degree streaming. I've seen it. I know David and Loria do it on Geeks Life. And I've seen the Urbanist, who we really like his stuff, do it. So maybe if we grab one of those cameras sometime.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's something that we could definitely get into. You do have to have, I think, a virtual reality headset to watch it. Or you can move your phone around, I think.
No. Well, on Facebook, you can click and drag. There's a feature on Facebook that I've never seen it anywhere but Facebook. But I think on Facebook, you can do it where you can control the camera.
All right, well, let's take the rest of the questions in the podcast. We're going to walk over to our podcasting studio. That's kind of the cherry on top with our, as far as the expansion of the studio and what's been done there.
For sure.
So we'll see you guys over there in just a minute.
Thank you guys so much.